Hey, what's up YouTube? It's Jaffican once again, and today I'm here with another one. Today I want to share the journey of building my house in Jamaica with you, and hopefully you find inspiration and value in what I have to share. Alright, let's go. Alright, so before I even get into showing, pictures and videos, I want to give a little bit of background. So, for a long time, owning a house has been a dream of mine, and finally getting to the point where I can start putting blocks on the ground, I was very excited. A lot of people would like to do it, but for some reason, the money is miserable. So, a lot of people don't really get to this point where they can make it happen. And for those that are trying, keep it up, you'll get there. For those that are doing it, I'm proud of you. Be proud of yourself. And those of you who are in the phase of dreaming, keep dreaming and make moves. It will happen, right? So yeah, I was working in the Turks and Caicos at the time and finally making some US dollars. Once you get to that point, don't waste no time, because you have to make something of the blessing that you're getting while it lasts, because you don't know when the opportunity will be cut off, and then you find yourself on your face or wondering where the next spread is coming from. So I was in that position, and I'm like, yeah, let me make use of it. Because one thing about me, when I make a move and I get to one level, my goal is to never fall back to the previous level. So I always try to set up something in place that will not allow me to fall back lower than where I've been before. Right? So for me, owning a house would be a launching pad, not final destination, but a launching pad to take more chances. So regardless of what happens in life, I still have a place to rest my head and come back to, right? So, but yeah, I was very excited, and I started looking into designs, what I wanted it to be, thinking about family, because I'm very family oriented. So I'm always thinking about family, right? So come on this journey with me, and hopefully something can be inspirational, right? And if you have some wisdom to share, something to inspire me, the comment section is there. Let me know what you think. All right, let's go. With everything, it starts with a design and an idea of where you wanted it to go. So that I had what the final building structure would look like. I had a pretty good idea of what I wanted, but I always knew that I want things to change a little bit, and if I wanted it to change, I have to design it in a way to accommodate an expansion or change. So this is what the drawing looked like, the basic layout and sizes of the first structure, or the first part of the structure, that is, right? I knew that I wanted to expand it, right? But for now, based on how the money was going, this is what I feel like I could have afforded at the time. So yeah, a 2-bedroom, living room, kitchen, right, bathroom. So let me give you a more pictorial view of what it looks like. So this would be the primary bedroom, where me and wifey do a thing, where we manage the house from, right? And this would be the second bedroom. At the time, I wanted it to have a bunk bed or a double twin bed situation for 2 kids. Of course, by then I believe that would be able to add on to the structure and accommodate a 3rd child, because I've always wanted 3 children. So this would be the living room. This would be an open concept kitchen with the sink out here, we're washing, talking to somebody there. They're sitting on the seats, having a drink, eating something. Stove, pantry over here, and the fridge. All right, this would be the bathroom. This would be a passage going to the rooms outside bathroom. This would be the back porch, and this would be the washroom. Right, I wanted to look a little bit different from the regular thing that we're used to, where the bathroom is between the two rooms. Right here I have, even though it's not labeled properly, I have the closet space between the two rooms. So it will be slashed in two. One part will have this closet here, one part will have its closet there. And then the bathroom is away from them. The window of the bathroom opens up to the back porch, and we have the washroom right there. I wanted it to look a little bit different. And going back to the next drawing, even for the the patio, front porch, veranda, whatever we call it, I have it wrapped around half of the front, and the slant and the entry staircase would be on the slanted section, so it looks a little bit different from what we're used to seeing. Right, so that's the basic layout of what I had in mind. And so once the design was up, started checking out building materials and all of that stuff, putting the money together so that when I go off on vacation from work, I was a teacher, so of course I get long vacations and I could get some stuff done and monitor it. Right, so the next step was to clear the land, and I had videos at the time. But really and truly, something went wrong with the phone that I had, and then I lost the videos and some photos, but I had, you know, a little bit somewhere else. So this is what I'm able to share with you. So I got the land cleared. I remember at the time I was asking, I asked this neighborhood guy to clear the land, because there wasn't a lot of big trees at the spot where I needed to build a house. There was just like bush and stuff like that. So he charged me 4,000 Jamaican dollars just to do that little spot. Was it 4? I don't know. Yeah, he charged me 4,000 Jamaican dollars just to do a little spot, and it wasn't finished. I think he was doing it by the day, and I'm like, what the hell? Right? What the hell? And I'm like, no, that's not gonna work out at all. That's not gonna work out. And so I decided I'm gonna invest in, I mean, I paid for it, I got him to do it, but I decided that I will need to invest in some tools that can, you know, help me out and save a little bit of change. Because if everything I'm going to do, I'm going to be charged an arm and a leg, then I might not have enough money to complete the thing. So I decided I'm going to invest in a weed whacker. But this photo that you're looking at, it was cleared, the rest of the land was cleared by a shovel truck, or what we call a tractor, right? They use that to clear the land. So that's basically what you're looking at right there. After we cleared the land, you know, it was time to lay out the excavation. So the guys and myself, we started laying out the excavation. So this little patch is where the guy actually cleared out and wanted to charge me an arm and a leg for. So excavation was laid out, more of it done. So the previous video where I showed you with the land cleared, I think after the land was cleared, it got bushy again, but with less of the thicker bush, right? And so it was easier to just clear out this part to lay out the excavation. And of course, I'm in the construction field. For a lot of you who don't know, I've been an electrical instructor and an electrical teacher for several years. So I'm in the construction field, so I know a little bit about it, and I was able to monitor certain things and help out. So this is basically the first part of the layout, and they would get to digging out the excavation. For the most part, it was easy to just kind of get the top part of it up because the topsoil was very soft, right? So getting it dug out was pretty easy. And before we knew it, it took a few days, and I think it was raining. So yep, that's pretty much what was happening at the time, digging it out, trying to get to some stones. Right after that, with whatever we're doing, gotta cook some food, and the outside cooking, we grew up on outside cooking, so we know how to do that. Just put a few stones together and some firewood and get things going from there. Alright, so I'm going to show you a little bit of picture of what was happening at the time. Alright, so I remember one of the early renders that I got done just to kind of have an idea of what the finished product would look like. This is one of the ideas that I had in mind, more closer to modern look, right? Then this would be the front of it. This is closer to the floor plan that I had drawn, and so you'd see where the step looks right there. But I tried to get rid of the balusters that we're used to and just the rails that we're used to, and just kind of put in something like a metal or wooden string and steel or wire strings, something like that. So that's the idea that I had at the time. I was trying to look into different painting styles and all of that. I knew that I wanted wood on the veranda. I wanted to have that wood versus painted wall look, and so that's one of the ideas that I had. Just changing the colors around just to see what it looks like. I don't want to keep this video too long, so I rather breaking it up. Right, but that's what I had at the time, so I was very excited, and by the time that the summer was done, I got a bit of work going, and I was really pleased with the speed at which things were going. Right, I know that it's been a journey, right, and you will learn more about it, so stay tuned and come back for the next episode. Again, thank you for watching, and as always, one love.